Hi everybody, this is Dan Talks Sense, and today we're doing a bit of a comparison video between the latest release from Yves Saint Laurent. It's called Y Le Parfum. I'm going to compare it to the 2018 release Y Eau Le Parfum. So in today's review, I'm going to compare the note breakdown of both. I'm going to tell you the performance and projection of each one. I'm going to make a conclusion at the end on which one I prefer out of these two. So if that kind of content would interest you, then please stay tuned. Hi everybody, welcome back. So just want to say that I'm quite excited about this one because YSL Y Eau Le Parfum is one of my favourite summer fragrances out there in terms of designer ones. It's just brilliant performance, beautiful scent, and if you watch my summer fragrance list top 10, I filmed that Up Care Caradoc. It was featured in there. It's definitely worth a watch if you like seeing nice sunsets. I'm looking forward to doing my 2000. Oh, fucking hell. Welcome back. So I'm quite excited about this one because I love YSL Y Eau Le Parfum. It was featured in my top 10 summer list last year. It's worth checking out if you like sunsets and nice views. My top 10 summer fragrance list last year was filmed at the top of Caradoc, which is one of the biggest hills in Shropshire where I live in the UK. But I've loved the fragrance, and when YSL brought out the Le Parfum version this year, I really wanted to get my hands on it fairly quickly just to see how it compares. So what I've done, what I do with my videos is if I'm doing a comparison, I will spray one on one arm, one on the other. So what I'll do is I'll go in the year that they're released. I'll start with Eau Le Parfum first. I'm going to spray that on my left arm, on my wrist. Do 2 sprays just to get first impressions of both and how they start off, and I'll spray the 2021 Le Parfum on my right wrist. Oh, and what I gotta say, guys, is from first spray, Le Parfum smells really damn good. Like, I'd say, like, Eau de Parfum, you get that bit of alcohol blast, and with parfums, in my experience so far, my journey, what I've discovered is with parfums, they tend to go for the better blended. That's what I think of when I think of parfums, because sometimes people say, what's the difference between an Eau de Parfum and a parfum? But in my experience, parfums seem to have they've tweaked the formulation a bit and blended it better. But on initial sprays, the one that smells better on the opening is Le Parfum. It smells a little sweeter, but just reined in a little bit and just nicer, better blended, and something that'll be really enjoyable to wear in the office. What my initial thoughts are after spraying both is that this would be the one for the clubbing and this one would be for in the office. But really, really good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and do a close-up. I'll put them on my worktop in my kitchen, show the presentation of both. But the most important thing is to let you know how they develop on my skin throughout the day and which one performs better out of the two. I think projects better, because that's important to myself, and I know it's important to many of you out there in FragCom. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to tell you when they dry down how they compare both. But from the opening, this, you get a little bit of the ginger in the Eau de Parfum. And this to me just seems like a little touch sweeter, but reined in and just nice from the opening. But like both of them, equally beautiful actually. I'm really nice and I'm pleased I own both. So stay with me and I'll let you know how they develop on my skin. So if you look at the presentation of both guys, the Y Eau Le Parfum from 2018, you can see that Yves Saint Laurent on the front is in a silver rectangle, and you can see the juice inside the bottle. With the new Le Parfum from 2021, it's a clear black bottle, so you can't really see the juice inside. The boxes are slightly different. You can see there you got a mixture of blues on the 2018 box, and I've got a picture of Adam Levine there. That was a nice touch from the original Eau de Parfum, a little slip thing in there in the box. That's pretty cool. So in the Eau de Parfum, we have some apple, ginger and bergamot in the top, with some sage, juniper berries and geranium in the mid. In the new Le Parfum, we have some apple, aldehydes, grapefruit and ginger in the top, with sage, lavender and geranium in the mid. So guys, been wearing these for about 5 hours now, and what I would say is that they are both good in their own right, and I'll go over the pros and cons of each one. So first of all, in terms of performance and projection, performance wise I can both smell them on my skin. They both smell really good. Projection wise, Eau de Parfum projects wider and bigger, and when I was outside I was getting whiffs of them. This for me was standing out more, and it was out projecting more than the 2021 release. So without doubt this is a better projector. Both can smell them on my skin, so in terms of lasting the duration of the day, they're both going to do the job. If you put them on in the morning, you're still going to smell them closer to your skin by the afternoon. But if you want something that projects off your skin and gives you a nice big scent ball for the duration of the day, then the Eau de Parfum is the one you should be going for. In terms of the scent itself, I found myself sniffing my right wrist throughout the day, because the tonka in this is phenomenal for me. It's just so good. Perfect for a date scent this would be. It just, smell it again, just blended a lot better. What I thought actually, because with parfums sometimes they tweak it, they try and blend it a bit better. It's got a sort of a smoother take on the fragrance, and that's what I felt with this one. So really enjoyed the scent of this. And I'll say the two major differences for me is this one, the original Eau de Parfum, has that ginger note and it's really in your face. I think it has a bit of orange in there as well, and that sage note sort of it made it a little bit more unique than other blue fragrances, and I did like the sage note. It seemed to work really well, but the ginger just was really in your face. Can still smell it around me now, and that's what made that stand out. I think really nice fragrance. I like the ginger. I think it's in Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme, I think, as well. I think it's in there as well, but just really like the note of ginger, and that's what made that stand out. For me, they've reined that in a little, and they've added this. It's got geranium in this that gives it sort of a mintiness, and also the tonka note for me is the one that from start to finish just makes it really nice and be perfect for a date night fragrance, this one. So both got their pros and cons. I think this smells better. It smells more mature, more grown up. I think it'd be safer bet in the office, and I just enjoyed it smelling this a lot more than the original. In saying that though, I'll always respect this fragrance. I mentioned this in my top 10 summer fragrance list video that I dropped last summer when I was at the top of Care Caradoc. This in the high heat is a fragrance that will always perform and project even when it's really hot. I remember when it was 32 degrees in the UK, which was phenomenal, and this was still performing, and I walked up the Wrekin, a famous landmark in Shropshire, and this was still performing even in those climates. And I just don't think this would perform in the high heat. But in a moderate climate, it's a spring down the UK, I'll be wearing this quite a bit because it's really nice. And I'm sure that this will definitely get you compliments. I haven't been out amongst people yet, but I'll give you some updates in the comments down below this video about the reactions I get from both. But for me, I think you could own both, and they'll serve two different purposes. But both solid performers. This one projects better. For me, this smells better. Hopefully that was helpful. Let me know in the comments down below if you've tried the new Le Parfum from Yves Saint Laurent. Let me know which you prefer out of the two. And if you haven't subscribed already, if you'd be kind enough to hit the subscribe button down below, there'll be more content like this on the way. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your weekend, and I'll speak to you all very soon.